Sometimes you don't need to over-edit. Okay, hi everyone. In this video, it's just going to be a quick one. It's just a little work edit which I'm going to do on a headshot which I did a wee while ago. This one is of a very pretty girl who works or does kind of theatre stuff with a company called Creative Electric. And this was a shoot which I did with two Rosco light pads, not Losco, Rosco light pads. And as you can see, if we go right into her eye, you can see light pad there and light pad there. However, you also notice that we've got a good light on the side of her head, and that was from another Rosco light pad in the background. Now, she's asked me to edit this shot of her, and sometimes there's just not much editing that's actually needed to an image. To keep it honest, you know, I could do certain things, but no, I think she looks great in this. Focus is good. So sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't have to edit your shot. Sometimes you don't have to make lots of changes. But what can I do on this to make it a little bit better? Well, let's see. I've already increased the exposure up a little bit. So it was down there, I think. Maybe bring it up by half a stop. Okay, let's bring it up to 90. Temperature-wise, it's a little bit warm for me. So I'm thinking down to about 5,000. Okay, I quite like that. Now I want to make sure that the background is totally black, and yeah, okay, it's totally black. Some of the bits I don't want to be black, so see where it's showing me where it's blue, that means it's totally black. So I want to bring in a little bit of fill light, just so we've got a little bit more detail in the hair there. So that's bringing that up to about 20. Recovery, we're not really going to do anything there because there's no need for that. There's nothing to be recovered. And doing that would just really kind of change the colours and all that kind of stuff, so not so good. In terms of skin retouching, that may be a little bit of a tiny spot there, but again, it's probably more likely to just be a mole, and it's not really necessary to get rid of that. So she's got very good skin. Maybe I would take away some of the, you can see tiny bits where her makeup has just slightly moved. But other than that, nah, like very good skin going on here. Okay, so if I was wanting to do any work with the skin, I would use the brush tool. Now, with the brush tool, what I would do is what I would actually do is first of all just actually brush all the area and make it very obvious where the brush has gone. Okay, so that's giving me a good idea of all the bits which done there. Now, obviously, I don't want it to be like that. That's absolutely terrible. So what I'll do is I'll bring the exposure back to exactly where it was. And I might just bring the clarity. If we bring clarity up, that would show more of the kind of pores and stuff. And you don't really want to do that. You just want to bring clarity down just a touch. So I'm going to bring that down to about -20 there. And then for our eyes, I've just upped the clarity there a little bit. Tiny little bit of contrast, and also made them just a fraction, and I'm talking fraction, brighter there. Then I might go to the curve tones and just bring a little bit of an up to the lights, and just the shadows down just by -2 as well. And otherwise, I really like that. I think that's just absolutely fine. Maybe I might just give her lips a little bit more saturation, so just put that up and maybe clarity up, and just give a nice little. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to do. So effectively all this is that sometimes you don't need to do hours and hours of editing on a single portrait. If your person is doing a kind of straight on headshot, then that's usually all that you might have to do. And also it speeds up your workflow as well. Where I might add a little bit more work into this is also make a black and white version of this. So I'll do a create virtual copy. And in the virtual copy, I'll make it black and white. And the only thing I'd probably do is actually just calm down what I've done on the eyes here. Just so they're not totally Goa'uld style popping out of her head. And there, yeah. Sometimes You don't need to over edit. Hope that helps. Cheers. Bye bye.